Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, May the 6th, 2020. My name's Jason Healey. I'm the Director of Dining here at Greenspring. I'm joined with our community chef, Michael Ritt, and we have a couple of...
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. We have a couple items that we're going to address with you all, and then we'll open up the phone lines to take calls from our residents. What do you want to talk about today, Michael?
I think the first thing, and it's gone over pretty well, is our produce box. We've brought in we've worked with one of our purveyors and our produce purveyor, Capital Seaboard, and we thought this was a great idea. Actually, this was off of a lot of residents' requests through our store, and that they'd really like to have the ability of getting some fresh produce. So we worked closely with our produce purveyor and came up with this box, as you see on here, that you can purchase every week for the next few weeks through Friday, and the delivery will come in the following Wednesday, and depending on the time of the delivery, we will disperse those boxes Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday. It's a great assortment. As we move into the later months, May, possibly June, we may look at altering these boxes, but I think it's a great opportunity for our residents to get some fresh produce in, and also to any of our employees.
Yeah.
A couple other things we've done. This past Sunday, we did a really nice, paying it forward with the Fairfax County Fire Department. Right now, your first responders, they're on the front lines, as everybody says, and here, just the culture of Green Springs is always caring and sharing. And we reached out to the Fairfax County Fire Department of Springfield Station, to be specific, and found out how many firefighters they had on duty on Sunday, and we prepared basically the same meal that we deliver to the residents on every delivery. They got their entrees and soups and salads and desserts and snacks, and we got a email back from the captain. They were really fond of the ribs and the chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And we're going to look to do the same thing with the police department. I think it's just a great way, giving back to the community, and I think they enjoyed it. So hats off to the Woodland Skies team for working on that and preparing that. And I know it's just, there's a lot going on now, and anything added, we appreciate all the help from them.
Speaking of the Woodland Skies team, I do want to say thank you to them and to our residents for Cinco de Mayo. They were the ones doing the margarita and sangria sales that went over extremely well. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it who decided to purchase it. And just like a little bit of inside information, if you did get a margarita yesterday, you saw a sticker on the cup, and it was called Mommy's Margarita, and it had a small child who was very angry with a sombrero on. That's actually my daughter. And the reason at the last minute, we didn't advertise it calling it Mommy's Margarita, but when I told my wife that I was making margaritas for the community, she said, well, I'm taking care of your child all day. You need to make one for me. So the recipe that you all received is actually one I worked to make sure that Mommy was happy at home, because as that photo showed, my kids can be cute. They can also be very angry, I guess. So just a little bit of fun, and so hopefully you enjoyed a little cute photo of my daughter in a sombrero for Cinco de Mayo.
So yeah, you'll see little gifts like that. We have Mother's Day coming up.
We do. So for everyone, we do have a little gift coming to all the residents that we will be doing one per apartment. So be on the lookout on Sunday. They will be distributed at some point throughout the course of the day on your shelf. I'm not going to say what it is, but it is from us, and we want to just say thank you to all the mothers out there, and then also to everyone. We want to really celebrate any kind of holiday or special occasion we can, and try to enjoy those moments.
And we'll also be selling mimosas, I think, for Mother's Day. And again, the information came up on the screen. And again, going back to the produce box, you can call Naheed at extension 604. I think it's 4200. The information was up on the screen, and it'll be up on channel 6 as well. One thing I guess you know, I've talked about this extensively, but I know you cannot, unless you don't have internet or a TV or a radio. We all know what's going on outside with supplies and deliveries of product. And one thing I want to have everybody just rest assured, and we have a great plan in motion.
Yeah.
We've been working on this for a few months. We work diligently with our purveyors. Basically, Jason sees me on the phone pretty much every day, securing product. You may have seen that we did receive 2 portable freezers. One's outside of town center. The other one's right outside the dining room at Jefferson. And these are for backup storage of product that we are bringing into store. Not just a product that we are utilizing for the delivery meals, but this is extra product that we bring in to keep in storage to make sure that we have plenty of product to make sure we have the meals. So I just want everybody, you'll see some photos up here, and excuse us for, it looks a little cluttered. This one, you see all those little containers are soups. I told Jason we did an inventory of all of our emergency supplies, and I think we've frozen upwards of over 12,000 portions, or we have 12,000 portions of soup on hand in this community to utilize if we need to. So we're doing our due diligence. I just want everybody to rest assured, be calm and ease, that we are on top of it, that you will definitely be getting your meals. And there should be, there's going to be no shortage here.
Just so everyone's aware, if for some reason we have to use that backup emergency stock for any particular reason, whether that be from a supply issue, whether that be from a staffing issue, we would send a robocall out to let you know that your delivery would have a substitution in it. Just to kind of give you that the heads up of prime example could be if you ordered beef lasagna and for some reason we had to substitute out with beef ravioli. We would do a robocall for those individuals in those buildings getting that delivery and let you all know. Hopefully we will not have to do that. This is really a backup and emergency supply for us. We've really been trying to stay about a week, 2 weeks ahead. Just because we get shortages on every delivery we get. So we've kind of been figuring those amounts out, and also too, Michael's done an amazing job with the team of going outside of our normal vendors. We're calling small local businesses. We're doing transactions with them. One of the things I know a lot of our residents are enjoying, a lot of the cakes and desserts you're getting are actually being done from one of our local bakeries and being brought in. So it's a nice fresh product. And it's also us supporting a local business. That's where we like. They do a great job, and we're keeping that in mind with all of the safety issue, but the economical issues too. We definitely have a lot of partnerships with people within our local community, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of them during this time, so they can help take care of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We've been using Clemens for years and years. Mm-hmm. And as you know, a lot of the restaurants, with all the restaurants closed and the hotels shut down, a lot of their business dropped off. So they came to us, and I think we have a great program. We've gotten a lot of compliments, and it helps us with the rotation. It helps us with the production. I think it's a win-win on both sides. I think it's a win-win for Greenspring, and like Jason mentioned, we're helping a small business out. And in this time and days, you want to help out the small businesses. And like Jason said, for a lot of our other non-food items, we've reached out to local suppliers for containers or gloves or any types of items like this. And I know residents can't walk around, but if you ever walk down to, Jason calls it the mini warehouse, we've taken the Akatique room and actually converted it to Greenspring's mini warehouse. It keeps us ahead of the game. We probably have 2-3 weeks supply of product in there, of disposables and non-perishables, and it just helps us to make sure that we can give you all everything that you all need.
Yeah, true, Michael. One thing I do want to talk about, and I know I've said on TV before, I think we've had flyers out about safety and protocols. One of the issues that we're having, and I think I just want to explain to our residents, if you're not following these safety protocols, what are the repercussions of it? So two things in particular. So we do a lot of delivery. We deliver meals, we deliver mail, we deliver groceries, we deliver medication, and that's all done by our staff. The problem is that protocol is really designed for us to place that item on your shelf or on the floor or in a cart or something that you've set out for us. But the door is never to be open, and the resident is not supposed to come out and have that interaction with the delivery person. And we're having more and more residents not follow that protocol. Because of that, there's a couple repercussions. One, I have 7 employees right now who are not at work, who are not allowed to come back to work for 2 weeks because a resident didn't follow that protocol, and because of later finding out that they were under testing, now from a safety standpoint, those people are not at work. Those people are at home, those people are concerned because our resident did not follow our safety protocols. So I'm going to ask, please call us, email us, follow up. If someone on the dining team, mail team, delivery team does not get back to you, call dining administration, myself, Michael, Dakota, Nahid. We will get back to you. We will address the issue. But opening the door and trying to have a face-to-face conversation, regardless of mask or not, we from a safety protocol cannot have that. The other thing that happens is, well, they were further down the hall and they were more than 6 feet away, and I came out in the hall. What happens during that time is our staff stop. They stop moving, they stop working, and they have to wait for you to go back inside. Now you take that and you multiply it, and it makes our deliveries longer and longer and longer. And trust me, I get the phone calls. I know when your delivery is not coming in the normal window that you're used to, and that's the repercussions that it has. So it's a big safety issue, it's a big concern, and it affects our staff and it affects our other residents as well. With that, the other thing, which I know is tough, and we have these conversations all the time with our residents about not wanting to waste things. And I respect it and I understand it. With that being said, we've asked for you to call to say certain items or certain products, and we do try our best to omit those in your delivery. But, you know, prime example, yesterday we delivered 1,800 meals in one day to residents. With all those meals combined, with all of those special requests, some are going to get missed. I'm just going to be honest. Some are not going to be perfect. With that being said, I know it goes against your nature. If it's a perishable item, you might as well throw it in your trash. I'm just going to be honest, because if you put it on a shelf or you put a note that says, please take, what ends up happening is my staff, the housekeeping staff, the newspaper delivery, the mail pickup or delivery, anyone walking the hallways has to immediately stop. We have to go get fresh PPE, go get a cart, come back to that location, cart that item up, take off that PPE, put on new PPE, transfer that item all the way to the closest dumpster, automatically throw it away. But now we've used multiple levels of personal protective equipment. We've stopped what we were doing to take care of our residents to now address this issue. So I know it comes from a good place and a good heart, but putting signs out saying, please help yourself. Do not think that food is going to staff's family. Do not think staff is eating that food. And I'm really hoping other residents are not taking that food, because you don't know the transfer rate, how long a virus or something can stay on a product. Please have a box in your apartment for non-perishables, chips, sodas, anything that will not go bad. We've already talked with our food banks. When they start to lighten up regulations, we will find a way to collect that. We will donate it to a local food bank. It will not go to waste. If you put it on your ledge and say, please help yourself, you are wasting that food, you are wasting someone's time, and you are potentially putting someone at risk. Please stop. That's all I can ask.
And I think one thing to add to that, and I think is great information, is, you know, we have our new delivery forms coming out, I think, this weekend. And if you feel that you're getting too much food, mark it on. You don't have to take 3 entrees. If you want 2 entrees, take 2 entrees. If you're saying, wow, I don't even need a dessert. If it's a couple and they say, we're sharing a dessert. Well, one of you don't order desserts and the other one does, and you can share a dessert. So if you find out that maybe it's too much food that you're getting delivered, you can make the adjustments right on the form this weekend, and those will be taken care of on the next 5 deliveries.
Yeah, and also too, just calling down too. I mean, we have people in the restaurants, throughout the course of the day. We are checking voicemail. With that being said, the reason why, and I do have a lot of residents call me and say, why the amount of food? One is some of our residents have groceries still being brought in, have families dropping things off, had a personal back stock of products that takes care of them, so they didn't need all of that. Some of our residents, what we're delivering is all they are eating. So we wanted to make sure that we were fulfilling the nutritional and the calorie requirements. One of the things that we're always concerned about with our residents is, in a situation like this, it's not fun, it's not exciting, it's not socialization. It can lead to people not eating or not getting enough calories and having weight loss. Now, I know for some of you, you would be like, well, I'd like a couple pounds. I know me, I wouldn't mind losing a couple pounds right now. But for some of us, losing weight actually becomes a health risk issue that we're always concerned. I'd rather have the issue of you having too much food than not enough food. So that's ultimately the reason why we've kind of designed the program as we have. But as Michael said, if there's something you don't want or omit and all that, we can do our best to take that off. But if it's perishable, throw it away if you got it and you can't accept it. We're not going to take it back and reuse it. We throw it away. It just takes someone's extra time to throw it away. If it's non-perishable, if you give it to us, we automatically throw it away because we don't have the ability to store it and separate it. You could do that in your apartment, and then we can donate to a food bank.
Yeah, and I think one thing, we understand this is a stressful time for everybody, and a trying time, but we do ask for patience and consideration. The students are coming in, and remember, they're still going to school a couple days out of the week. So a couple days, your deliveries may run a little.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we've advertised that deliveries can take up till 7 o'clock at night. And it varies on staffing levels. Like I said, I think earlier this week, when we started this delivery process, we were having 25 to 30 people deliver meals. We've had some deliveries in the past week that we had 6 people. And it's a constant change. I hate to say it, every day I get asked, how's my staffing level? And I can only say, today it's good. I don't know what tomorrow brings.
And I think, the one thing is the enormity and the amount of product that we're going through. We call it a cycle. A cycle is when every venue, be it when Fireside, Jefferson, and Woodland Skies make a delivery. One delivery each. That's 3 deliveries. That's over 5,000 meals. And when you think about that, that's 5,000 entrees and soups and snacks and desserts and salads and drinks and breakfast items. It's a lot. I think the first 2 weeks, you and I talked about it. In the first 2 weeks alone, we went through over 1,000 pounds of salmon. So we're going through a huge amount of product, and it takes time and to put this together. And all we're asking is just, patience, consideration. It's a lot of work running up and down the halls, as you can imagine. Everybody's getting their steps in, I can guarantee you that. But, just, and like Jason mentioned, if you have a question, please reach out to us. We're available. And again, use the forms to communicate your needs.
Absolutely. There's someone in dining administration 7 days a week. It's a little bit lighter. Saturdays, Dakota's here. Sundays, I'm here. So you can always reach out to us. And then during the week, Michael and Nahid are here as well. We have different schedules, different shifts from a safety and security standpoint. So I think with that being said, you ready to take calls, Michael?
Absolutely.
All right. Do we have any calls?
I'm surprised that there are no calls.
All right.
Again, I think a lot of things that we're talking about We have just, I think I'm amazed at what our staff does every day.
Yeah.
The logistics and the moving pieces and making sure that we're getting the deliveries in and that, we're getting a lot of compliments back, we're getting a lot of thank yous, and we appreciate that. If you want to put notes on your doors, I think that's a great way of communicating. Again, like Jason said, opening your door and receiving the product, that we definitely do not want anybody to do. So.
All right, we have a caller.
Oh, excellent.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I have a couple of things. When you have something with a sauce, if you could add a little extra, by the time when you, even if you put a little teaspoon of water on the item, when you do it in the microwave for 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, it seems to dry out. And so a little extra sauce would be very helpful.
Absolutely. And I think some of the venues were doing that. They were getting these little ramekins and they were putting extra sauce in for like the bourbon sauce and the sweet and sour. But yeah, we'll definitely, it's a great idea and we'll move forward with that.
Yeah, one of the things too, I do this at home, especially if it's something like maybe a fish or a chicken or something that could dry out a little bit more. Like you said, if it has light sauce, sometimes I'll take a paper towel and dampen it and wrap the plate in it to kind of build that steam and kind of help out there. Do you have any other questions? Okay.
I guess I'm on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is just a great big thank you. I don't know how you manage to do what you do, but that's about all I can say. I will start ordering fewer items because it just hadn't occurred to me, and I've had a lot of throwaways. So, and it's because we just don't eat that much.
Sure. No, so, completely understand. Yeah, just let us know and we'll take care of it.
Thanks so much.
And kudos to the whole team.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we're working short-staffed. Either we have managers out or staff out. Again, we're not working full teams either because we've broken these teams up into A and B teams and a couple night teams. So where we would have, 10 people in the kitchen, now we have 5.
Yeah.
And kudos to the management team for their logistics and the strategy and the planning and there's a lot that goes into making these meals happen, not just the cooking aspect, but setting up and getting the bags ready and just the delivery part. So thank you to all of them.
We got another caller.
Yes. Yes. First, I understand this is a tremendous job, and I thank you very much. I'll comment, when you serve fish, I'd appreciate it if you also serve tartar sauce on the side. On the side. I prefer to have sauces always on the side. Some of us like more, some of us like less.
Okay.
And thank your staff for the job that they do.
Thank you for that. All right. With that being said too, I did get a note. So if you really enjoyed those margaritas or sangrias from Woodland Skies, I think they still have product in-house. So even though it's not Cinco de Mayo, the weather is getting a little bit nicer. So if you want to order one of those, I would reach out because they still are doing beer and wine, and then you can obviously do those margaritas and sangria. All right, we have another caller.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, my name's Alan Mears, and I don't want you guys to feel like no one appreciates you because you're all alone out there and no one's calling. I had a suggestion for the Tuesday and Thursday briefings. When you mentioned 1,000 pounds of salmon, that just is mind-blowing. And I can't imagine how many pounds of beef and chicken and everything else that you order. Would it be possible and entertaining if you could make a short video of when the truck backs up to the loading dock, unloading all the stuff, and then what do you do with it? Where do you put 1,000 pounds? So there's probably a freezer someplace. And then the whole process of gathering the orders, putting them in bags, cooking the food. We would love to see what's in the kitchen and how that works. But just as a human interest story.
All right. No, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I know we took some pictures of some of the storage areas, but yeah, we can definitely work with Channel 6 to put together a little video and showing you just how much of the product. I think they're showing one now. And that's actually a little video of the antique room, and you can see, one thing Jason came to me and suggested, and we worked on, is bringing in some non-perishables.
Yeah. Products
that we can have that this again helps with if we do get to that critical point that we calculated how much we needed, and we're not buying cases. I tell Jason, we buy it by the pallet. We bring in pallets worth of product, and you can see in these pictures. So again, it goes to, rest assured, we definitely took, every precautionary measure in getting it in here, and when we did, the logistics and the planning. So we definitely have everything in here.
All right, we have another caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I just want to thank you for all that you've been doing. We really appreciate your help, and you have been so responsive to our requests. My husband and I don't eat a lot of the stuff, and we have requested that we don't get them. And what I would suggest to people who want sauces and all these other things, which we don't want, is if they could mark it on the sheets, because it's very difficult for you all to know what and who wants what. So I would suggest that you put it on the sheets, because that's what we've done. We've put on the sheet what we don't want.
Yeah, and with that, just to give kudos to the management team. So all those sheets and all those comments you've written down on those, they've created spreadsheets that they fill in every menu cycle, and it has, if you're diabetic, it has if you are allergic to tomatoes, if you are salt sensitive, things that we know, we try. And like I said, 1,800 meals, I'm not going to say we've about 1,000, but we do a pretty good job, and we do make those modifications, and that's where you probably even see on the bag that's delivered is certain items are written on there, so the person who's bagging it and checking it knows those specifics, and that takes a lot of time, but it's that information that really makes it doable.
And I think it helps too in the planning process in the kitchen. How many sugar-free items do we need? How many gluten-free items do we need? How much fish do we need to order? So the more information on the sheet, I guess, helps us in the planning stage. And it helps us get ahead and in front of any questions or any food issues that you may have.
Okay. All right. No. All right. Well, I think we are getting close to out of time. So if we don't have any more callers, I know for me, just thank you. The signs, the phone calls, the emails have been great. I really do enjoy seeing the photos of what people have done with the meals we've delivered and how they've either recreated them or took something and added something and made something. I'm blown away at the creativity of our residents every day, and it's really a highlight for me of the day and coming to work and getting that information in those emails. So for me, I'm just going to say thank you very much, and stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay safe, and we're thinking about you, and again, all the positive compliments and the kudos, we definitely pass it along. The staff hears about it, and we appreciate it, and I said this when I first got here, we're coming into your home every day and preparing your meals. And we're doing the same thing today, just delivering it a little differently. Yeah. But, we just want to make sure you all are taken care of, stay safe, and we'll be back together again soon.
Yes. With that, I know there's a lot of information coming out about Virginia starting its first transition phase, and a lot of residents have reached out to me asking me what does that mean for us as Greenspring, and I'm not going to address Greenspring from a dining standpoint. I can tell you all of the information I've gotten is because of safety and concerns. I think out of all of the phasing that's going to happen in the state of Virginia, our facility would probably be in what they're considering like a third phase or the last phase. So even though certain things I think outside of our community will be changing, from a dining standpoint, I know we're looking at working on that transition, but a transition date we don't have, and I promise you, the second we have it, we will let everyone know and what that plan is, and we're working very diligently on that plan. But with that, we do need resident feedback. We do want to hear things that you all would like to see, satisfiers that you will enjoy, things that maybe you're concerned about, maybe things that you're comfortable with and you would like to have back. All that information is very important to us.